All right, so we're going to do a debrief and a review of my 4-day cruise on MSC Divina, which I am getting off in just a few hours. Let's go. Hey everyone, Johnny from Byte Size Cruises. Thank you so much for coming to check out this video. If you're new here, we're a travel agency just trying to give you the best information possible about cruising so that you can plan and go on one of these cruise vacations. I am on the MSC Divina. It is my last evening. We have a medical emergency tonight, so we are hauling butt back to Miami. Hopefully everyone is okay and will be well taken care of. They couldn't get a helicopter into Ocean Cay today where we were, so we left at 8 o'clock and we're going to be back in Miami by 11, which is insane. So, but we can't get off the ship till tomorrow, so we'll be there overnight. So I like doing these when everything's fresh in my head, and it couldn't be more fresh. I'm on my last evening here of a 4-day cruise. I'm going to be getting on the Independence of the Seas tomorrow, and we'll do it all again. So through this, I'm going to go through a bunch of things with you. I'm going to go through embarkation, the ship, the service, entertainment, the itinerary, food, disembarkation, and last but not least, the people. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about embarkation. I talked about this a little bit in my embarkation day vlog. Embarkation on this cruise may have been the easiest, smoothest embarkation I've ever had on a cruise ship ever. I showed up at my assigned time, which I would encourage people to do, and I was scheduled for 11:30 to 12 for my embarkation time. Not that MSC cares all that much about that, but I got here at about 11:20. It was raining. I was going to walk, but I didn't because it was pouring. So I took an Uber. I got here at 11:20. I walked out across into the terminal. It was a ghost town. There was maybe 5 or 10 people in front of me in line for security. I walked through security, went through, walked right up to the check-in counter. I checked in, and I was on the ship within 10 minutes from arriving at the port. So that was amazing. Embarkation was very smooth. Everybody was very professional and very nice. You do have to keep your set sail pass out, your phone out, if you have your ticket. You have to keep that out, and you have to show it like 8 times. So it's good. There's good security. That's great. So we didn't do the ruse of dogs that Carnival does, pretending that they're trying to catch drugs. I'm sure they are, but it's just funny that you get on board and there's a ton of drugs. So anyway, the ship, I get on board. The ship is beautiful. It is an older ship. It's a little bit of an older ship. It's not brand new. It's not 5 years old. It's an older ship. It's a little bit of a smaller ship. It's not a small ship. It's a medium-ish size cruise ship, 4,000 some guests, 1,300 crew on board. Didn't feel crowded. Nothing felt crowded. The ship is in very nice condition. It looks like an older cruise ship. There's no USB in the rooms. The decor is a little dated. You know, you go around here and it looks like a cruise ship that was built in the, it was built in the 2010s, but it looks like it was a cruise ship. If you got on it, it wouldn't look any different than a cruise ship that was built in the 2000s or almost the 90s, other than the carpeting and stuff. So my room, everything in my room is nice. Everything is fresh. Nothing smells. It's very, very nice. So from that perspective, thumbs up on the ship. All the lounges and everything are really nice. The sports bar is really nice. Everything seems to be functional. The video board outside the big screen TV looks great. Everything's good there. Everything worked on the ship, and it looks well. It looks well maintained. So very, very positive marks for that. Next up, let's talk about the service on board. So I think, generally speaking, service on cruises is unreal. It's amazing. The amount of work that everyone does and the amount of things that it takes to keep these things moving and running is truly incredible. So I thought the service was great. My room steward is excellent. He's not very chatty or anything, but he is great. MSC still does the couple times a day they're in your room. It seems like they just work nonstop, but he floats in and out when I'm in and out of the room. I've never come back and been like, oh, I can't believe it's been like 8 hours and nobody's been here. And I do have that experience on Carnival and Royal and NCL and everything else. On MSC, it's still really good. The service is really good. He was great. Everything was good in my room. I drank a couple Cokes the first day. And this is one of my it's not a pet peeve because I don't really care, but it's one of my things that differentiates service a little bit. I notice a lot of times on the other cruise lines, I'll drink stuff out of the minibar and they just never replenish it. Here, I drank a couple Cokes the first day and he buried my fridge in Cokes. So good for him, trying to make some sales for the company. It worked. I drank a bunch of the Cokes out of the mini fridge. So that was great. Service in the dining rooms I felt was a little bit off. It was a long wait for breakfast. Both times that I ate breakfast in the dining room, it was a very long wait, like 45 to 50 minutes to get your food. And I got there early. I was one of the first people sat down, and it took a long time to order. I don't know what the deal was. And then I mentioned this in my food review, one of my food reviews, but the biggest issue in the dining room for me is just there's so many mistakes with orders. I don't know what happens with that. I know it's hectic and they're busy and there's 1,000 people in there trying to eat breakfast or lunch or dinner. But I always have to order extra things now because something just doesn't come. So I order yogurt a lot. I don't get the yogurt. I ordered toast the other day. I didn't get the toast. I don't really care. It's not a big deal. The couple that I ate breakfast with or brunch with the one day, he ordered a hamburger without cheese and no tomato, no lettuce, no nothing, just a burger well done. And he got a cheeseburger with lettuce and tomato. So they took it back. They brought him back a burger, and it wasn't well done. It was like medium rare. So he didn't eat lunch, which I feel bad for. And they didn't want to complain, which I totally get it. I would do the same thing. They just went up to the buffet. So it does happen, but for me, the most part, the service around the ship was great. Everybody super nice, friendly. Again, it's MSC, so it's an Italian cruise line. It's European. They still have a little bit of a European kind of approach to cruising because there are a lot of Europeans on here. I find that they do everything that you ask them to. That if you go up and ask for help, everybody will fall over trying to help you, but they don't approach you as much as other cruise lines. Some people don't like that. I love it. I think it's great. I go and I ask if I have a problem, and they handle it and fix it. So that's very good. Next up, let's talk about the entertainment. I feel like the entertainment really shined on this cruise. The production shows that I saw were all very, very, very good. The singers were very good. The dancers were very good. All the shows seemed to have like a really good theme coming off of Carnival Celebration, where I thought some of those shows had a razor thin plot going on. Singers and dancers were great on Carnival Celebration, but on this cruise ship, everybody was great. They had aerialists, they had acrobatics. I'm always blown away by some of these smaller ships that have amazing entertainment. So the production shows were great. Not much else going on. There are live musicians around the ship. They were all wonderful. I have video you'll see in the vlogs and everything of them. They were great. Not a lot of like comedy or anything. There is a comedy show tonight, which I was surprised. It's at 11 o'clock, late night comedy show. So it's already almost 11, so I don't think I'm going to have a chance to see that. But there wasn't much of that going on for the rest of the cruise. And then everything else with the entertainment. And Drigo Martin was the cruise director. I had him as a cruise director on Magnifica. He was excellent there. He was excellent here. Just everywhere. Great, bubbly, super outgoing personality. Very friendly. Great with everyone. I thought he did a great job. Entertainment was fantastic on this ship. Next up, let's talk about the itinerary. It's a 4-day cruise. Not much to complain about. Nassau, Ocean Cay, one sea day. Thought the itinerary was great. We actually got to dock. I've missed Ocean Cay a few times. Got to dock at Ocean Cay. Tons of construction going on there. It looks beautiful. The island is gorgeous. So that is awesome. Love the itinerary. Very, very, very good. Next up, let's talk about the food. One of my favorite subjects going on any cruise is the food. I try to try everything. I try to try everything. So I tried everything on board that I could. There are a few included food items. Let's talk about those first. So the included food items are Piazza del Doge. I forgot the name of that when I was doing the food review. But that is located in the middle of Deck 6. And there they have some grab-and-go food, like the Royal Promenade, the Promenade Cafe on Royal Caribbean. So you can just head over there and they will make you some sandwiches. They're already pre-made. They just heat them up for you. Some soup, some grab-and-go things in the morning and in the evening. Very, very, very nice to have options there. So I grabbed something there one day. I tried the pizza, which not the buffet pizza. So there is the buffet. I thought everything at the buffet was pretty good. You know, the usual tragedies at the buffet, just people's poor behavior and people touching things. And other than that, I thought the food was very good at the buffet. I did notice at the buffet, a lot of the areas were closed most of the time, which is totally fine. The ship wasn't super crowded. It didn't seem overly crowded to me, but the whole buffet was never open at once. I'm just mentioning that. It wasn't an issue. There was no wait times or anything like that, just mentioning it. So you had that. Food there was excellent. Main dining room, I already told you, it's not my favorite place. There tends to be service issues. It tends to be slow and rocky, and sometimes you don't get things. Room service, I got room service breakfast, same thing. Sometimes I order extra food all the time at room service because sometimes you just don't get things. It's all good. Food and specialty dining I thought was excellent. Butcher's Cut and Galaxy Sushi, both were wonderful. You'll see more of that in my specialty dining review, but I thought all the food on board was great. Late night snacks, grabbing pizza, the coffee, all good here on board the MSC Divina. Two things left. Disembarkation. Can't tell you about that yet because I'm getting off the ship in a few hours. But I'm walking off, and that's never an issue. I will not be in a hurry to get off because I'm getting on the Independence of the Seas. So that's why I figured I would do this video now, because I know it's not going to be an issue. I'm just going to wait and walk off the ship. So I will have nothing to complain about tomorrow. Last but not least, let's talk about the people. Sometimes it's the bone of contention. Sometimes it's wonderful. People on board this ship were, by and large, wonderful. Very European influence, lots of French, German, Italian, Spanish, Mexican, people from all over the world. And everybody was very, very, very nice. You have a few outliers here and there, you know. But for the most part, everybody I met, everybody I talked to was wonderful. Met some people from Montgomery County, Pennsylvania today. Met some people from Baltimore. I met some people from New York. And everybody was wonderful. I did have my Eagles hat on today, and that attracted a little bit of attention. So, but everybody was very nice. And I didn't rip down any light poles or climb any light poles in my city. We just won the Super Bowl. So people were very nice about it. So that is it. That is my quick debrief and review of the MSC Divina. It was a wonderful 4-day cruise. Again, I hope everything's okay with the people that had the medical emergency since we're heading back to Miami. If you have any questions about the Divina, please put them in the chat. Feel free to make any comments or questions that you have. I'd love to answer them, help anybody that's looking to go on Divina. I'll be doing my vlogs coming up. So there'll be vlogs, food reviews, entertainment reviews, like we talked about a little bit, Wi-Fi reviews, the whole 9 yards. So thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy cruising. Thanks so much. Bye.